call the meeting back to order.
Chairman, thank you for allowing me to take a break. As a result of having 6 of the 7 members here and having only 6 to vote on the issue, a split vote results in the motion failing as is. The logical next step is a couple things. The board can go ahead and make another motion on the table to approve it, to take care of the issue now. Alternatively, the board can defer it as well. I've also been informed the applicant may have a different proposal as to their site plan. If the board wants to consider that, they can certainly open the floor back up for discussion. As of right now, you have a motion that has been seconded and that has failed as a result of a tie vote, so there's no motion currently on the table. So you can open it back up for discussion and ask the applicant whatever you'd like to ask them, and then make any other further motions the board wishes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. With that being said, I think there were a couple of people that did want to get a couple of questions in there, so we're going to reopen it for discussion.
Sure. After talking with Mr. Osborne with DCI, who's the architect for the project, and talking with Kristen and Kyle, I think we would be open to leave the existing driver, the proposed drive that we're showing there. That makes sense because it lines up with access across the street, which is the building 1. First building on the left there, but add a second entrance between that location and Reliance Drive to help alleviate concerns that you all have. We feel like from a grade standpoint that we can make that work, and hope that addresses some of your concerns.
So with that then, from a technical standpoint, will you be willing to defer to this meeting, and then get it drawn up and then bring it back to the workshop so we can then review it again at the workshop?
We would prefer to go ahead and get approval with that condition by adding that access point. I think it's something that we could work out with the planner and the city engineer if you all would be acceptable to that.
Well, historically, we've worked on this principle that we don't have contingencies on the table when we make either a definition one way or the other. There's no contingencies, and that's what I look at this as being a contingency. So speaking for myself, I wouldn't be willing to do that. Okay, not speaking for nobody else, but contingencies is one thing we just don't. We try not to do.
I would agree with you, Charles, on that too. We've been trying to be consistent on this board. It needs to be consistent. I understand the delay would cause an issue, but I think we, as in the staff, needs to understand they have a drawing to work off and approve that drawing if it comes back through with the additional driveway on.
And I'd further state, for the record too, that this is not something we come up with tonight. This is something we asked you for at the workshop, and made it well known that we would like this, you know. So, with that being said, I'll be quiet.
No, sir, this is your time to talk. Sir, do you understand?
Yeah, I think at this time we would just request deferral, and we'll go back and see how we can make revisions to hopefully satisfy you all.
Okay. We're going to defer this until for the next workshop and meeting. Next, we have a site plan revision, auto house request by Ali Malakoti. Proposed automotive dealership, 1.47 acres, property located at 5400 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 018A, Group A, parcel 35, C2 Highway Service, zoning district, parcel owned by Malakoti Holding LLC. Ms. Costanzo.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, if you recall the workshop, this was a site plan that we had approved sometime back. They had made some changes in the field and to their drawing. We had asked them to remove the dumpster enclosure from the access easement and to provide us a copy of the TDOT driveway permit because they had changed they eliminated one of the access points. We also asked them to provide us some sort of agreement between them and Ideal Cabinet regarding the grading in the access easement. If you look in your packet, you do have all of the documents that we had requested, and they did move the enclosure as requested. So they have satisfied all of our technical items as of this evening.
With all the technical items being addressed, as well as the letters as indicated, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have a site plan revision, Southway Industrial Park, requested by Jason McNeil. Proposed propane exchange business with 500 square feet office building, 1.02 acres, property located at 153 Jones Boulevard, tax map 017, part of parcel 7.11, I-2 Heavy Industrial Zoning District, property owned by Waldron Enterprises, LLC. Ms. Costanzo.
Mr. Chairman, we had no issues with this item at the workshop. This was a revision from the April 2014 site plan approval for the propane exchange business at 153 Jones Boulevard. The only thing that was changing from April was the size of the sales office, and as I mentioned, there were no items at the workshop that needed to be addressed, and so I do have I have two right here that we did look at the workshop, but there was nothing to change. So again, there are no items to be addressed.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to accept the site plan revision as submitted.
I have a motion to accept as submitted. Do I hear a second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next, we have bonds and letters of credit update.
Mr. Chairman and Board, everyone should have a bond list in front of them. Everything is up to date except, or not except for, but the next one is going to be McFarland Point Section 12, which is in November, so I'll be getting in contact with them next month to get that one extended. And that's it.
Any questions?
Chairman, we had a discussion about the Graves recycling, and it's been removed from our agenda. Just want to know what was going on with that, because they were asked, they were not here last month. I just want to know what's happening with it.
Ms. Costanzo?
Mr. Chairman, I thought I gave an update at the workshop, but they have decided to take a lot of the comments that were made at the previous workshop pertaining to the signage, the painting of the buildings, and the drainage. The owner has decided to work with an engineer to have those items fixed. He's having an operational site plan done to reflect what he's wanting to do. So I expect that will be done. It should be ready in time for the next meeting. And he would like to entertain any members or anybody from the community that wants to go on a tour so that they can see the changes that he's made there and what he plans to do. He's going to open that up to the commission and anybody else. So he definitely has not gone away.
Are there any other questions of the board? We stand adjourned.